smiling, bright-faced devotees.
When were you here?
A few years ago, before COVID, of course, before COVID. Okay. I guess this is your personal harmonium, huh?
No, actually, it's not mine, but it's supposed to be kept in the
Okay,
gallows. That's why.
that's fine. Okay, so. Okay, I need help here. From this, no. I play from this side.
Okay.
It's made only for right-handed. Okay, all right. Well, actually, I'm ambidextrous. I can do things with both hands, but for some reason, harmonium has to be with the left. Hare Krishna. Okay. Can you take this out? Let me try the other one. Bring the other one. Just, sorry for the inconvenience. But I should have tried the other one before asking for this one. Anyway, Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see. Sri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthavitam Vinamukam Swayam Rupa Vandeham Shri Yuda Shri Yuda Managavam Shri Guru Vaishnava Shirupam Sarada Swagana Sadhuitam Samanutam Pamyana Sadhutam Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Radha Tapta Kanchana Gauranga Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Srivasadi Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Jaya Rama Hare Krishna. In Mexico, they have a saying, by chanting and dancing, all sorrows fly away. So, Krishna's Ananda Mayo Vyasat, the origin of all bliss, all happiness. And just by chanting his holy name, we can get in touch with that eternal bliss and happiness. He wants to share it with everyone because he's so kind and merciful. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does this wonderful process of chanting the holy name to achieve the highest goal of life, Prema Pumarto Maha, love of Krishna. Isn't most beautiful, wonderful thing? So I was asked to speak about Lord Balaram since in a few days we'll be celebrating his appearance day. I will be celebrating it in New Mayapur, France, with my dear brother Agni there. He also will be there. Okay, so Prabhupada said that Balarama and Krishna are one and the same. There is only one difference, and that is the color. Everything else, no difference. So very important thing is to understand that God, Krishna, can expand himself in many forms. He has two types of expansion. One called is trying to remember the Sanskrit words. Swamsha and Bibhinamsha. Swamsha is her own self, God himself. And Bibhinamsha, the small part, we are the tiny small parts. So actually we belong to him, but we have forgotten him. We came to this material world trying to be happy without him, forgetting him. But we're not getting so much fun actually in this world full of, disease, old age, death. It's not much fun. Only for a few years, temporary thing. When you're young, you feel you can conquer the world, In Mexico, they have a university and they put a picture, a young person grabbing the planet in his hand, grab the world, conquer the world, something like that. And we are being conquered by the world. So Krishna is so wonderful that he do activities also. I remember before coming to Krishna consciousness, I used to wonder if God created the world in 6 days and took rest in the 7th day. I want to know what he did in the 8 days, or what he did before creating the world. Since he's eternal, he must have his world, his own kingdom. He must be doing something there, or how he looks like. Remember asking a priest when I was a teenager, the Bible said we are made in the image of God. Can you please tell me how God looks like? I said, well, that's a mystery. Nobody have seen God. And I thought, did he ask every person on the planet? Maybe somebody knows, So anyway, so I read the Bible saying that Jesus saying, there are more truths to be told, but you are not ready to understand. So, okay, he's giving permission. You don't find it here, look somewhere else. Doesn't matter it's from the Middle East or the Far East. It's East after all. Anyway, so I started practicing yoga, became vegetarian. I'm talking about the beginning of the 70s in South America. So I was the black sheep of the family, weird, vegetarian, can't eat what we eat. They were upset at this yoga thing and everything. Anyway, in yoga, they say that God is energy everywhere. You are God, I am God, everything is God. I believe it for some time. Until one day, my mother told me, if you misbehave, God will chastise you. And I told her, how can God chastise me if I am God? I really believe that. Until one day I have a toothache, I have to run to the dentist. I start doubting, maybe I'm not God, why I'm suffering, So anyway, then one friend invited me to the opening of a new yoga center in neighboring country, Colombia, Bogota. So we went, and they invited us to a restaurant, vegetarian restaurant, everything. Few friends were there, sitting together, talking philosophy, spiritual subject. That was the mood, So I told them, I just have a thought. They, oh, please share it with us. What is in your mind, I told them, do you see this big building from the window? They look, yes, this is made by man. And do you see here on the table these beautiful fragrant roses? These are made by God. If God can make such beautiful thing, imagine how beautiful He must be. But unfortunately, I don't know Him yet. But I promise you, the day I will come to know Him in truth, I will surrender my life to Him. And my friend said, oh, wonderful, very nice thought, but please take it easy on us. We don't want to lose you, Next time I saw one of them, I was dressed as a brahmachari. Anyway, so a few days we went back, Caracas, capital, and we walking on one street. One new devotee brahmachari stopped us, offered some magazine, and we have a talk. Oh, you practice yoga? That's very good. Please come to our Sunday feast. We read Bhagavad Gita, we chant mantras, and we dance. And there is nice dinner, vegetarian, free, everything. Please come. Okay, we are interested in this kind of thing. So we went. And as soon as I entered the temple, I told the devotee, can I ask you a question? He said, yes. For you, how God looks like. That curiosity still was with me after so many years. And they smiled. They showed me a beautiful big oil painting of Radha and Krishna with cows and peacocks and river, nature, beautiful. And they told me, this is God, here is God. I'd look at the painting and amazement, and finally somebody have an answer, And I look at the painting and I thought, why not? He looks very beautiful. He could be God. I have this idea that God has to be beautiful. No? Not like in some religion they paint God as an old man, Michelangelo, he painted God as an old man creating man. You have it in the Vatican, there's this painting with white beard, white hair. And I thought, why they paint God like that? Maybe because they think that God created the universe, which is true, but that was so long ago, He must be old by now. Another idea could be, since He's the Father of Jesus, He must look older than Jesus. But since God is a spirit, He doesn't have a physical body like us, made of blood and bones. He's never get old. And that's what the Brahma Samhita said. Advaita Machuta Manadi Manantarupa Madhyam Purana Purusham Navajovanam Cha. Adhyam Purana Purusham is the oldest person, Navajovanam Cha, always young and beautiful. Supremely attractive. Prabhupada said, unless God is supremely attractive, He can't be God. Because those who are attracted to God can give up their attraction to the material world, and get higher pleasure, higher satisfaction, and loving and surrendering to God. So that's the whole secret of spiritual life, to get the higher taste, param drishtvan vartate, to experience the real spiritual happiness, to be in touch, real touch with the divine, with the supreme. So, in relation to Balaram, let us read something and we can discuss a little bit about Balaram. Okay. I'm lost. I don't know where it is. Okay. Let's see if I can find the other one. Oh, here it is. One devotee described the personal beauty of Baladeva. Baladeva and Balarama is one and the same person. As follows: let me take shelter of the lotus feet of Balaram, whose beauty enhanced by the earrings touching his cheeks. His face is decorated with tilak made from kasturi, musk, and his broad chest is decorated with a garland of gunja, small conch shells. His complexion is as white as an autumn cloud. He wears garments of blue color, and his voice is very grave. His arms are very long, touching his thighs, and he has shown his great strength by killing the Pralamba demon. Let me take shelter of this Chevaliers Balarama. Baladeva's affection for Krishna is illustrated in this statement to Subal. My dear friend, please inform Krishna not to go to Kaliya's lake today. Today is his birthday, and so I wish to go along with Mother Yashoda to bathe him. Tell him he should not leave the house today. This shows how Balaram, Krishna's elder brother, took care of Krishna with parental love within the scope of fraternal affection. So Balaram, actually, he enjoys serving Krishna in all the rasas. In the Shanta rasa, he expands his energy to in the land of Brajabhumi and Krishna's garment, Krishna's chair, Krishna's shoes, everything related to Krishna, Krishna's throne. So his energy in that way. And also, he feels himself as a servant to Krishna. Sometime we're playing with the coward boy, the Balaram will fan Krishna with a big leaf they find in the forest. And also he feels, of course, very great close friend to Krishna. But at the same time, since he's the elder brother of Krishna, he also have paternal love for him. Sometime Krishna will steal yogurt and butter, and he will be running from some elderly gopi, and he hide behind Balaram. Balaram, protect me, like that. So one day Balaram told Krishna, my dear Krishna, you are the hero of all Brajabhumi. You killed so many big demons. You danced with the gopis. You chastised the serpent Kaliya. You did so many wonderful things. Can you please allow me to be Krishna for one day? Krishna said, yes, you are my dear brother. What? Take my peacock feather, take my flute, my garment, my golden garment, yellow garment. Be Krishna, be happy. So Balaram dressed himself as Krishna. He even went to the Govardhan and put some clay on his face from the mountain and started playing the flute. I am Krishna, I am Krishna. And that day, Kamsa sent a Keshi demon, the horse demon, to kill Krishna. So Keshi told him, I've never seen Krishna. Can you please describe him to me? Say, yes. He's bluish, he played the flute, he has a peacock feather, and his dress is yellow. Okay, that's easy. So when Keshi arrived in Vrindavan, he saw Balaram playing the flute, dressed like Krishna. Oh, this must be Krishna. And Balaram was so much in ecstasy playing the flute, he didn't even notice the presence of the Keshi demon, and he took the opportunity and kicked him on the chest. Balaram flew like 20 miles away. Of course, it didn't hurt much, nothing for him, just not. But anyway, he went to Krishna, here is your flute, here is your peacock feather. I had enough to be Krishna. You take care of this demon, for me, please. Hare Krishna. Balaram had two wives. One is name is Varuni, and the other one is Revati. Now, you know how he married Revati? Revati's father was related to Lord Brahma. So he went to visit Brahma Lok, to consult something important with his grandfather. So, but when he arrived, he was told, oh, now Brahma is hearing a concept by the Gandharvas. Wait until the concept finished, then he can talk to you. So anyway, after the concept was finished, he was allowed in, and he said, offer obeisance prayers to Lord Brahma, and he said, my dear Lord Brahma, my dear daughter Revati, many kings and princes want to marry her, and I have here the list of names, but I can't decide which one is the best for her. Please look at this list and advise me which one will be the best for her. And Brahma took the list, looked at it, and started laughing loudly. And king said, please, it's not a laughing matter, it's a serious thing, to choose husband for. But Brahma said, no, I'm laughing because while you were hearing the concert, all these people died. Their descendant, 3-4 generations passed away. The time meter in Brahma Lok is not the same in your planet, Earth planet, Their children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren all passed away. Oh, so what should I do? If I go back to the Earth planet, I will not know anybody. So please advise me to whom should my daughter Revati be married to. He said, oh, right now Krishna is appearing in the planet along with his brother Balaram. You offer her hand to Balaram. She is his eternal consort. It is destined to be his wife. So do that. So, of course, he went and offered Balaram the hand of Revati. Balaram happily accepted. They got married, but Balaram wasn't satisfied with the marriage. You know why? Because she was much taller than him. She was from a previous yuga. So she was much taller than him. He looked like a dwarf in front of her. So he wasn't satisfied. But he found a solution to that. Balaram has two weapons, the club, and the other is the plow, yes. So he put the plow on her shoulder and shrunk her to her size. So they were the same size. He was satisfied. Okay, now we are the same size. I mean, these are mystical things. Of course, we hear this thing, this made-up stories, science fiction. No. When we speak of God, we have mystic powers. Krishna is known as Yogeshwara, the master of all mystic power. But Ram also has all mystic powers too. He's very powerful, And he killed very powerful demons also. Which demon did he kill, Balaram? Dhenukasura is one, and Pralamba Asura is the other one. Oh, thank you very much. All right. Okay. Very kind of you. So, of course, there are much more to talk about Balaram. And also he served Krishna Madhurya Rasa. His internal energy expand as Ananga Manjari, Radharani's younger sister, and she served Radha and Krishna and Madhurya Rasa. It is the internal energy of Balaram, internal potency of Balaram. So Balaram ki jai. Now, I would like to present to you, I took permission from Mother Sandamani, by the way, a small book I just wrote recently, and the title is When Times Get Tough. When times get tough, what to do when things get difficult? Here is the answer. Anyway, I wrote this book in Spanish too, and I presented it in the house of the poet in Mexico City. I mean, all the poets gathered together. I mean, some well known, some not much known. And I presented the book to them. And some of them liked the book and they wanted to write a review on the book, an introduction to the book. So the lady poet who wrote a review of the book, her name is Roxana Elbridge Thomas. And she is a Mexican poet and theater director, and she published 9 books of poetry, which has been translated into English, French, Portuguese, and Arabic. Her poetry also have been collected in numerous anthologies in Mexico, Spain, Canada, and France. Famous lady. She said about this little small book, "The greatest beauty and the deepest wisdom come together in this book that is Holiness Bhakti Sundar Goswami offers us, like spring water or like the tastiest fruit. Like spring water because it refreshes our senses and washes our soul. Like the tastiest fruit because it feeds our heart. Because these poems and short stories are a source of joy that is experienced with the soul and heart overflowing due to the teachings that emerge from these words, but also to the ecstasy of his dedication in which he makes us participate with the reading that elevate us to the highest peaks of mystical literature from humility." Let's enjoy this gift. I'm coming, recommended by famous poets. Anyway, so I will tell you one story, short story from this book and one poem. Is okay? And you can acquire this book, give a little donation, I can sign it for you if you like to. So I will read one poem called Govardhan Parikrama. I travel with my heart to the refuge of your lotus feet. Clear thoughts flow through my mind while I circumambulate the holy mountain, Govardhan. Transcendental joy overcomes my senses. A wave of ecstasy engulfs my body. My hairs stand on end. My tears flow. My voice shocks up. The world appears vacant. I feel intense separation. O Supreme Divinity, O Lord, when will you take possession of this poor heart? Okay, there is one poem. And the story I'm going to tell you, a short story, is about an eagle who believed himself to be a chicken. Have you heard the story before? Okay. One stormy night, an eagle's egg slided down the mountain, and sunrise, a hen found it. So she put it in her nest, and after some time, a few chickens were born and one small eagle amongst them. And the small eagle, finding himself surrounded by chickens, he thought himself to be a chicken. He was following all the chickens behind the hen. She was feeding him too. So he became part of the chicken community. And one given day, the poor eagle looked at the sky and he saw a big eagle flying majestically in the sky. So he asked his mother hen, "What kind of bird is that flying so beautiful?" "Oh, that's an eagle, but you are a chicken. You are my son. You are part of our community, those are your brothers, and that's it. Sure, yeah, you are. Poor eagle, isn't it? I mean, the moral of the story is, if you want to fly like an eagle, don't listen to the chicken. If you want to go high spiritually, don't listen to the materialistic people. That's the idea of the story. To believe yourself chicken means you believe you're the body, and to believe you're an eagle means you are a soul, meant to go high, to elevate oneself spiritually. Anyway, the big eagle flying up in the sky, he saw the small chicken down there, the small eagle down there. And he came down and called him. What are you doing with these chickens? Well, I am a chicken. I live here. This is my mom, my brothers. No, you are not a chicken. You are an eagle like me. Sure, they assured me that I'm a chicken. They lied to you. Don't listen to them. Listen to me. An eagle recognizes another eagle. You are not meant to stay here. You are meant to learn to fly high like me. Do you want me to teach you how to fly? Oh, yes, please. I saw you flying so beautifully up there. Okay. Say goodbye to them. Thanks them for everything. And come with me. Climb on my back. It took him to teach him how to fly. That's the spiritual master rescuing the disciple from materialistic associations that came to learn how to elevate herself or himself spiritually. And do you know how the eagles teach their offspring how to fly? They push them out of the nest. Fly or die. I've seen the commentary, the poor eagle struggling. Of course, they wait until the wings are grown enough to do that pushing, So we all need this little pushing, to become, brave and courageous, to take to the path of spiritual life and give bad company, seek good company, and make the effort to elevate ourselves, to understand who we are, who's God, what is our relationship with Him. And you know how eagles, they ready to fly? They wait until sunrise, and when the sun is up there in the sky, they open up their wings, and they warm up their wings enough under the sun, and then they take flight. So the same way, we wake up early in the morning, we have good sadhana, good chanting, and then we go up. Like the devotees beginning of the movement, they printed an invitation saying, stay high forever. Don't come down. So that's the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Be a hero. Be a hero and heroine. Fight the ignorance. Fight the illusion. Become fixed in knowledge to know who we really are. And what is the purpose of life? Purpose of life is to go back to God, to be happy eternally in His company, in His service. This material life is not the all in all. We are just passing through for a few years. So better before we leave this body, know what's going to happen after death. How to prepare for that. How to have a better life, a spiritual, eternal life. That's the teaching of all religion, Lord Jesus Himself said, what is the use for a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? So the soul is more important. I remember when Prabhupada was visiting our temple in Caracas, he spoke with different type of people, yoga teachers and university professors, and one not theosophic, other.
Theologists?
Yeah, I mean, there's one group called
Theosophical Society.
Hmm?
That one group called the Theosophical Society.
No, I've been with them in Chile last year. They invited me to speak at their group. Nice people. They bought Bhagavad Gita. They like it. the philosophy. No, but this group is, I can't remember what it is. It's not theosophy. It starts with theo, not theology. Anyway, whatever. And psychiatrists too. So they were all impersonalists, of course. They believe God has no form, there's energy everywhere like that. So he told the lady, the leader of the group, about Krishna. So he was explaining the Maha Mantra and everything. And she said, to me, this chanting of Hare Krishna is maybe some kind of self-hypnotism. Like some tribes in Africa, they chant different things and enter into a trance, something like that. Prabhupada said, that's your opinion. But you are not an authority. Krishna is the authority. And according to Krishna, Satatam Kirtayantumam, my devotee always chanting my glories. She said, well, for us in the Western world, the authority is Saint Germain. Saint Germain is a French philosopher. And according to him, we should chant the name of God, I am. Yeah, yo soy, I am. Prabhupada said, I am is not a name. Allah, Jehovah, or Christ, or Krishna, or Rama are names, but I am is not a name. She said, well, when God was asked in the Bible, who are you? He said, I am who I am. Prabhupada said, I'm not familiar with that part of the Bible. Can any of you, he asked the disciple, I say, Prabhupada, yes, when Moses when God was sent Moses to free his people from slavery in Egypt, he asked, if they ask me who sent me, what should I say? And God told tell him, I am who I am. Prabhupada said, okay, God can say I am, you can say I am, but both I am are not the same. The owner of a big company, he may say I am, and his employee may say I am, but they are not on the same level. She said, well, in essence, we are all the same. Prabhupada said means a spirit. Yes, we are a spirit, God is a spirit, but we are the tiny spirit, and God is the great spirit. And also the Bible, Prabhupada said, God said, let there be creation. Immediately there was creation. But if you're hungry, you say, let there be chapati, bread. No chapatis there. You have to sweat to get it. So there's a difference between you and God. She's still arguing, well, Master, we are evolving. One day we will become God. Prabhupada said there is no such evolution. The part is always the part, the all is always the all. She became a little disenchanted. Oh, so we are not going to be one with the all. Prabhupada said, you are already in the all, but you are not the all itself. You are part of it. It's like a part of a machine. It's in the machine. You may say it is one with the machine, but it's not the whole machine. It's part of it. In the same way, we are one with God, but we are part of Him. We are not Him. We belong to Him. We are His servant. Do you accept that? Finally, she said, well, Master, yes, we are part. We are part of the whole. Very good, Prabhupada said, bring the prasad. End of the discussion. Anyway, I also wrote a book about Prabhupada's visit to South America, and I already published in Spanish, but I hope this year I will publish it in English. And has many pictures, by more than 30 pictures of Prabhupada there. Many pastimes, very little known pastimes of Prabhupada there. Anyway, but now I'm offering you this little book. If you like it, please take it. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Premanandi. Now questions, if you would like to ask me any question, comments, please do. Maybe have a few minutes for that. Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
So
My so grab, please grab.
yeah, okay. So for years you were Jagat Chakshu,
Yeah.
and then you became what inspired you to take sannyas? Because you mentioned about how sometimes
Yes,
Krishna
yes.
wants us to
You
go.
know, when Prabhupada gave me the name, that was on February 21, 1975. It
Yes.
was an Ekadashi day, I remember. Prabhupada explained the name to the people. He said, Jagat means the universe, the world, and Chakshur means the eye. And you are thus the servant. And he told the people, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you must always remember that God's side is on you. And he looked back at me, and while pointing his finger, he said, you cannot hide from the eyes of God. He said it with that voice, you know. It was recorded here forever. So everybody was looking at me, maybe he did something wrong. And I thought, wow, Prabhupada can read the mind, you know. Because a few days before, I went very early in the morning to the kitchen. Nobody was there. And I stole a very sweet Mahaprasad. I was hiding it and nobody's watching. When Prabhupada said that, he would caught me up. I can read the mind. So that was an amazing experience. I was already Vanaprastha traveling, preaching, you know. So my godbrother insisted, you must take sannyas. You're doing the service of a sannyasa, so you should take sannyas. And they convinced me. And that was in 2009. I took sannyas from Radhanath Swami. And since then, I've been continuing, traveling, preaching.
So you found it helped your Krishna consciousness going to that order. Yeah?
Yeah, because I was already doing that. It wasn't like a big change for me. I was already doing the traveling, preaching. Wasn't like I was like preparing for that.
Right.
I was wondering, I've always heard that Balarama is the original spiritual master and he gives spiritual strength. So could you speak a little on that?
That's correct. Bala means spiritual strength, not physical strength like some people believe. It's spiritual strength. So, and he's the original spiritual master. That's correct. Nityananda Prabhu is Balarama himself. No? So we get spiritual strength from him. We pray to Balarama to give us the spiritual strength so we can.
And that aspect of bhakti, that very personal aspect of bhakti, you know the philosophy, but you also really speak to the side that is, having that loving relationship with Krishna and Vrindavan. And so I was wondering if you can speak a little bit on, developing attraction to that aspect of Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, it's very important actually. I've noticed that usually we speak very little Krishna's pastime, We speak a lot of philosophy, which is all right, but we should understand that both things are important, equally important. It is, I'll tell you one pastime of Prabhupada. Once Prabhupada in Vrindavan asked his disciple Bhakti Swami to cook for him a preparation, vegetable preparation, and he instructed him and this amount of chili, red pepper, spicy. And he did, he cooked and he brought it to Prabhupada. Prabhupada tried said, you put less the chili than I asked you to do. Why? Said, I'm sorry, Prabhupada, I thought you were a little sick, so I put less chili in the preparation. So you don't understand. This preparation, since you have a certain amount of ghee, has to be balanced with the same amount of chili in order to digest the preparation. So in that sense, our philosophy is like the chili and Krishna's pastime is like the ghee. So we need to combine both, to digest the philosophy. Because only philosophy, we may get, a little dry, You need a little also, a little ghee to that, And that's Krishna's pastimes, So since 2018, I started to share with the devotees, Latin American and Spanish, every night one pastime of Krishna for 5-10 minutes, every night. Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, pure devotees with Krishna, like that. So maybe I will start in English sometime. In WhatsApp, I have like different groups in WhatsApp. I share it with them. So yes, it is very important. Actually, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he said, the pastimes of Krishna are the most confidential part of our philosophy. We don't say it to immediate newcomers about it. We wait until they develop some faith to tell them about that. But I tell you an experience. Some years ago, I was preaching in Abu Dhabi, that's in the Emirates. And one doctor, Muslim doctor, he worked in the government hospital, a psychiatrist. He told me that he was attracted to Krishna consciousness because of Krishna's pastimes. He thought that Allah must be a person and must have activities, but there is no information of that in my religion. So I found this information very valuable, he said. I'm in love with this idea that God is a person and can perform activities, because they have the idea of impersonal God. But Lord Chaitanya preached to Muslim in his time, and he quoted from the Quran. Such sutra explained that God has a form and is blackish. He quoted from the Quran itself. And devotees, they use that quote nowadays to preach to Muslims. They don't know how to interpret that because their idea for them is no form, Anyway, so it's important to increase. I will explain to you how I became attracted to Krishna's pastime. When I joined the movement in Venezuela in 1974, there was no books, Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam or Krishna book in Spanish. Everything was in English. Fortunately, I learned English before coming to the movement. So I was translating every night to the devotees the Krishna book. With a glass of milk, we will sit down. I will translate to them the Krishna book every night. We read, like for half an hour or so. So there I start to become more attracted to hear and speak about Krishna's pastime. So thank you for appreciating it. Hare Krishna. All right, any other question? Yeah, there in the back, please.
It's interesting how Srila Prabhupada,
Give him the mic, he can speak.
that only goes on the recording, not in the speakers. It's interesting how Srila Prabhupada instituted the mass distribution of Krishna book.
Yes, that's true.
Very early on in the movement, he published the Krishna book and then sent the devotees out, go sell these books.
And do you know how he got to print that book? It's an amazing story. Prabhupada told his disciple, Shyam Sundar, you are a good friend with George Harrison. Can you please ask him to print this book, Krishna, 20,000 copies, if he can put the money to print it? And Shyam Sundar was hesitant, said, no, he's a rich man that everybody go to him to ask for money, so I don't want to do the same thing like others. Prabhupada said, no, you tell him it's not for you. You tell him your spiritual master is asking him through you, if you can please help us print this book, this very important book. So anyway, Shyam Sundar was invited for a dinner with George Harrison one night, with other musician friends and like that, camaraderie. And at the end, he was thinking, if I don't say it now, it's not well. So he took a little courage and he told John Harrison, George, you know that my Guru Prabhupada asked me to tell you that if you can please help us print this book, Krishna, 20,000 copies. George didn't like it, but not like, okay, one more asking me for money, And suddenly, a thunderbolt fell and all the electricity went off. And they have to go fix it and bring some, lamp and things. And George Harrison said, when the light came back, said, well, I can see your guru is very powerful. Oh, no. Because I was thinking to say no, but the turbo would fail. But now I changed my mind. I'm gonna do it. Anyway, Hare Krishna. Yeah, because Prabhupada knew I may not live enough to finish all the Srimad Bhagavatam. So let me at least give them to know God and what He does. So this is very important information. Okay, I will tell you, one of the first pastime I heard about Krishna that enchanted me, I will share it with you, is about Krishna playing the flute. When Krishna plays the flute, many wonderful things happen in Vrindavan. One of the things that all animals and humans became stunned in ecstasy. They can't move, they become like statues. And non-moving entities like trees and mountains, they start trembling in ecstasy. The gopis will be cooking, everything get burned. They can't move. The small calves, they are drinking milk from their cows, and they stop drinking. The milk is dripping from their mouth. And they try very hard to stretch their ears so to catch the nectar of Krishna's flute. And the trees will shake and their leaves fall, although it's not autumn, like tears out of love for Krishna. And the swans who are swimming in a crystal clear lake with lotus flower, they close their eyes and enter into samadhi, trance. These are some of the effects of hearing Krishna's flute. Hare Krishna. All right, any last comment or question?
Maharaj, we hope that you can, would you like to promise in front of all the devotees and the deities and Prabhupada that you will come back and see us next time?
Definitely, why not? I would love to come back, yes. Yes, give me the microphone. Behind you.
Thank you for coming. I've only heard you speak in Spanish. I actually didn't know you gave classes in English too. But I was wondering, you said you have some WhatsApp groups where you tell pastimes of Krishna. Is it possible to join them?
Thank you.
You say you have some WhatsApp groups where you tell pastimes of Krishna to people in Latin America. Is it possible to join them?
Yeah, of course you can. If you understand Spanish. Do you understand Spanish? Sí, habla español. Well, actually, I've given many lectures in English, and there are many pastimes in English too. And I have a YouTube channel, and also ISKCON San Diego. They have all my lectures there. Many pastimes during the classes I give, so you can also hear it there if you like. Why not? Thank you for appreciating. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Maharaj, that was beautiful. The way you told the pastime of Balaram dressing as Krishna and the Keshi demon kicking him 20 miles away. Where's that from?
This is in the Puranas.
Oh, okay.
The Puranas. I love to investigate. I actually did give a seminar in Spanish and in English about the demons killed by Krishna and Balaram in Vrindavan and the anarthas they represent, and also the past life of each demon. You can find it in the San Diego ISKCON YouTube San Diego. Everything. You can hear them there. Okay. So many details that you find in different Puranas that enhance more the stories, of Krishna and Balaram. Actually, the first poster I saw in my life of Krishna was Krishna Balaram. A friend of mine, he gifted to me this poster, Krishna Balaram. And I put it in my room. I didn't know who they were. I just said, wow, they look so beautiful. And my parents, they bought from Syria, Middle East. And they lost 3 children before I was born. So they were Christians. They're minority there in that country. So when they went to the church and they prayed to God that if the next son survived death, they will dress him as a Christian monk for 3 years and they will offer him for God's service. So from the age of 2 to 5, I was dressed like a little Christian monk with a robe and everything, you know. Anyway, so when I decided to join the movement, become devotee, they didn't like it much. Of course, it was something weird for them. But I tried to remind them, you should be happy that I'm helping you to fulfill your promise to God, you know. They said, well, we meant the Christian God, not the Hindu God. I thought I should have been more specific then, because God's not Hindu or Christian. Don't worry, if I don't like it, I will come back. Oh, please come back soon. I thought that just to pacify them. I didn't have the idea to come back. I went for good. And after a few weeks, they came to visit me in the temple. I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters. They still live in Venezuela. My parents already passed away. And so they came to the temple. I gave them prasad because Prabhupada sent a letter to all temples saying, every temple must have 25 plates of prasad during the day. Any guest come should not leave without having prasad. And if there is leftover in the evening, devotees, in the night, devotee can take. So because of that instruction of Prabhupada, they came in the afternoon, I was able to offer them prasad to all of them. They liked the prasad, they liked the temple. It's in the hill, surrounded by mountains, a valley, you know. And I asked them, how did you find the temple address? Because in my excitement to come, I forgot to give you the address to you. And they live 2 hours, another city, 2 hours far away. And it wasn't in the yellow pages, you know, the movement in South America only was 1 year old, you know, not much information about the movement. And my younger sister told me, I will tell you the truth. Not knowing how to find you, we went to see a psychic. And the psychic asked for your picture. And by the picture, he sent the ghost to find where you were. And that's how we came here. I said, really? Yes, really. He said, it's true. I said, okay, the ghost did some service, he brought it to the temple. A true story, huh? A true story. I have many stories like that, weird stories. Anyway, thank you again. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. What up, man?
Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
So we would like to have the book, please come. If I have to leave in few